There was a time when the word venture capital felt far away from me, something that belonged to big investors, closed circles, and bold bets I couldn't quite relate to. But as my journey unfolded with Broker Capital Trade Consulting PTA Ltd, I began to see things differently. Investing isn't just about what exists now, it's also about what's being built. Startups fascinated me almost immediately. There's something deeply human about them, an idea, a vision, a small team trying to create something new. It's not polished, not always predictable, but full of energy. And that energy, I realized, is where future markets often begin. I once read a review Capital Trade Consulting PT Ltd, where someone described venture investing as believing in tomorrow before it becomes obvious. That idea stayed with me because it perfectly captured the emotional side of innovation, hope mixed with uncertainty. Through Forex Capital Trade Consulting Pte Ltd, I started noticing how major innovations influence broader markets. Even if I wasn't directly investing in startups, I could see how trends like AI, fintech, or sustainability began shaping currencies, sectors, and investor sentiment. What struck me most was how early-stage ideas slowly ripple outward. A small innovation today becomes a global shift tomorrow, and learning to recognize those early signals felt like developing a new kind of intuition. Using ctcptltd.com, I explored these trends at my own pace. I wasn't trying to predict the next big breakthrough. I was simply observing what industries are gaining attention, where is talent flowing, what problems are people trying to solve. At one point, I came across a review ctcpteltd.com that emphasized curiosity as a key trait for investors. That resonated deeply because venture thinking isn't about certainty, it's about asking better questions. Of course, there's risk. Many ideas don't succeed. Many visions don't materialize the way they were imagined. But instead of seeing that as discouraging, I began to see it as part of the process. Innovation isn't linear, it's experimental. Through forexctcptltd.com, I started to understand how markets react to innovation cycles. Excitement builds, expectations rise, corrections follow, and then, quietly, real value begins to emerge. My opinion, Capital Trade Consulting, PTE Ltd, continued to grow as I explored this side of investing. It gave me a foundation, something steady, while I allowed my thinking to expand into more forward-looking ideas. I also noticed a personal shift. I became more inspired, less focused on immediate outcomes, more interested in long-term possibilities. Venture thinking brought a sense of imagination into investing. Now, when I hear about new technologies or emerging industries, I don't feel overwhelmed. I feel curious. I want to understand not just what they are, but what they might become. Because in the end, venture capital isn't just about funding ideas. It's about recognizing potential before it fully reveals itself. And maybe that's the most beautiful part of investing, learning to see the future not as something distant, but as something quietly forming right in front of you.